Hello, hello, hello. This is Richard of the Classic Gamers Guild. Rich Kale here on YouTube, Rich Gen X and other places. And today, June 5th, we are going to be playing, or starting to play, Riven, the sequel to Myst, the second game in the series. This is one of the first soundtracks, I think, video game soundtracks I purchased. I found it in a store called Sam Goody many years ago.
Thank God you've returned. I need your help. There's a great deal of history that you should know, but I'm afraid that I must continue my writing. Here. Most of what you'll need to know is in there.
It's important.
Keep it well hidden. For reasons you'll discover, I can't send you to Riven with a way out. But I can give you this. It appears to be a linking book back here to Dunny. But it's actually a one-man prison. You'll need it, I'm afraid, to capture Gan.
Again.
Once you've found Catherine, signal me, and I'll come with a linking book to bring us back. There's also a chance, if this all goes well, that I might be able to get you back to the place that you came from.
I just wonder how they pulled this one off. I would think we were expected. I can't do anything yet. It's gotta play out.
Yo? Feriaje. Kataware po. Namudu ko wipo men po. Tagema. Rekoa. Tagema musu rekoa. Misirapo. Umutika boku wa nai. Misirapo. Umutika boku wa nai. Boku wa nai. Misirapo. Boku wa nai.
What? That book's not for you. This could be it. Okay, hello? Could you let us out of here? I'm a bit on a mission. Wouldn't mess with that book. It's not for you. You don't mess with the book. Don't touch the... you leave it right there. Oh, good. Thank you. And... wait. What the hell? Yeah, he took the book. Oh, this isn't good. We're not off to a good start here. They took the book I need. Okay. Well, we'll check that out here. This book is, of course, all the information we will need here on Riven. 87-610. So possibly June 10th, 87. They held for more than 30 years, but the corrections I made to Riven have finally failed. The island has resumed the familiar pattern of decay that is the hallmark of my father's work. Uh-oh. I must now race to implement this new patch before it's too late. I only hope that my revised theories are sound. Revision to Riven completed. There are still a number of minor adjustments which need to be made, but the basic corrections have been entered and should be working. Something's not right. I've been monitoring the instruments for several hours now, but have thus far observed no change. It's possible that I've made an error, though I've checked my entry against my prenotations and can find no discrepancy. I've not had a rest in nearly 3 days, so it may be that I'm just not seeing it. If the fault is with my foundational assumptions, however, perhaps after a short rest I will see something. 6887. Success. Appears that my repairs have been effective after all. The gateway image has become noticeably clearer, and although it is impossible to know this with absolute certainty, the island seems to have quieted itself. Just a few more weeks of work, and I should be free at last to go there myself and attempt to bring Catherine back. The past 8 months have left me little time to think, to devise a strategy for getting her out of there. I received no sign from her in all that time. I am afraid that... No, I must assume that she is all right, lest my fears undermine my efforts to bring her back. 1987. I did not create the Age of Riven. Unlike my father, I have never presumed to have such power, and yet the future of all those who live there has fallen into my hands. So far I've managed to read the page before it turns. The island continues to appear stable, and I would like to believe that I have saved a dying world, but the theories of one individual cannot support the lives of real people indefinitely. I must get everyone off of Riven as soon as possible. The problem now is again, I'll never be able to rescue Catherine and relocate the islanders if he is still the man he once was. I haven't seen him in over 30 years, but his history forces me to assume that he is still a threat. His myopic vision to restore the Dunny civilization has left too many innocent cultures dying in its wake, and would continue to do so, were he to once again be free of the confines of Riven, or the Fifth Age as he coldly titled it. The universe has been safe from his corruptive influence for the past 33 years because no one has been able to leave that age. The last linking book out of Riven having been lost in the Star Fissure upon my return to Mist. That was my intention, to maroon my father on Riven by removing all the existing links to other worlds, and since the art of constructing books has been long lost with the fall of the Dunny, he would be trapped there for the remainder of his lifetime and effectively segregated from the countless other worlds that he would have invaded. In effect, that is what we achieved, but the way it fell, however, was no one's ideal. Though the sting of the incident has gradually faded from my memory, the deep pain of the responsibility for what actually came to be has never left me. At the time, it all seemed so clear Gen's destructive path could not be allowed to continue. But it was never my choice that the innocent inhabitants of Riven, who had already suffered so much, would be the ones to pay for it. Enough to dwell in the past is to die in the present. The situation is not the same as it was then. The knowledge I've acquired in the years since that time has yet to be applied to this problem. 628.7. I think I have the solution. Why it did not occur to me sooner, I do not know, unless the idea of it had been pushed out with the thought of my sons. A prison book. Many years ago, during a hunting expedition through the ruins of Dunny, I chanced upon a formula for a most unusual type of book. Unfortunately, due to the fact that my father was then in the habit of confiscating my discoveries, I was forced to leave it behind. Years later, however, as part of my efforts to protect the vulnerable worlds linked to the books in my library, I was pleased to find that I could still recall most of the formula, and with a little experimentation quickly succeeded in creating one of these devices myself. The procedure is actually quite simple. By altering key lines of text but slightly, a normal linking books connection can be partially severed such that anyone who attempts to use the book will be permanently trapped in the dark void of the link. That is, unless someone else then uses the book, at which point that person would become trapped, and the first person displaced back into the world. The techniques can be applied to books that have already been written, changes to the original text so slight that anyone who is unfamiliar with the code will be unable to detect them. If indeed my father has not changed, what better bait could there be than a book that appears to be a link back here to Dunny? 7287. Trouble. My nightly analysis of the island's condition has revealed that the tremors have begun again. The pattern, however, is new. The disturbances are the result of the changes I have made. This did not at first concern me, however. Tremors of this type were one of the possible side effects that I had anticipated during this initial phase of the island's readjustment. Still, in order to verify my assumption, I decided to calculate again, incorporating the new data. The results were not what I expected. The damage to the understructure is more extensive than I realized. I can no longer go to Riven as planned. Catherine, forgive me. She's stuck there. 7387. I must act while I still have the time. The signs are barely visible, but there's no question that the island's deterioration is accelerating. Total collapse is imminent, unless I can keep ahead, and that is becoming increasingly difficult to do. 7587. With every passing moment, I gain a clear picture of the incredible chaos that my father's economy of words has yielded. But it is a dismaying process. The complexity of the problem is overwhelming. There is no end to this. The last few days have all but convinced me that the collapse of Riven is inevitable, and that at best I can only strive to delay it now, and hope that at some point the island will become stable enough to risk a rescue attempt. 7787. I think I've come up with a way to subdue the tremors. It will require my exclusive attention for at least a month or two, so it may be necessary to discontinue these journal entries for a while. 71387. Something truly miraculous has happened. Beyond all conceivable possibility, someone has finally found my lost missed linking book and has freed me from this prison. I immediately realized that this could be the solution to my dilemma, and I believe my mysterious benefactor is willing to assist me. I'm still not sure it can work. The logistics of such a scheme are formidable, but the mere fact that it may now be possible for me to continue my repairs to Riven and yet proceed with my original intent to find Catherine has given me renewed hope. 716A7. The last few days have left me little time to work out the remaining problems with sending someone else to Riven. It did occur to me, however, that if a way could be found to signal me once again had been captured, it would no longer be necessary to take a real linking book to the Riven and risk the possibility of inadvertently releasing again. The deteriorated state of the gateway image makes the use of a visual signal impossible, but the picture remains a reliable indicator of Riven's condition nonetheless. By measuring and interpreting variations in the noise patterns, I am still able to observe basic changes that occur in the age, even though I cannot see them. The problem is that my instruments can only detect changes that occur on a fundamental level, and it seems unlikely that an individual could affect such an elementary change from within an age. The idea may be foolish. Still, there is a known weakness that may be worth investigating. an anomaly that appears as a rift between two separate systems, the star fissure. But how, or even if, this fact could be exploited, I cannot say. Sending someone to Riven also means that once I received the signal that they were ready to return, I would have to leave my writing in order to take a real linking book there myself. However, provided my father was safely out of the way, this should take very little time. After that, assuming the island does not incur much damage in my absence, it should then be a relatively simple matter to hold it together long enough for Catherine to return to Riven and evacuate the remaining islanders. Predetermining a signal without knowing the topography of the island may prove to be impossible, but I'm afraid there can be only one answer to the question of whether or not I should send my friend to Riven with a way out. The potential for failure will be greatly diminished if the prison book is all that is taken there. I'm sure my father is expecting me to bring a linking book to Riven. May he not be disappointed. So that's the background. That's our background of the story, and here we are. I might as well get out of this prison area. An entry point. That's interesting there. We see a bridge here. And what do we have here? Well, whatever it is, I can't see out of it. And, combinations required to open that. I don't remember what it is. Hello, look at that golden dome. Alright. So there is a... Oh. Oh! That's gonna be one hell of a drop. Alright. So... A pipe goes into the... Interesting. Okay, and we have a dagger here. Here's that handle. Oh! They put a little dagger in so we can't... I guess that's... I'm guessing that all linking books would have arrived there. So it was set up as a little prison. Alright. You know, judging by how this looks, this is a telescope-like object. And I wonder if this... I believe this is the star fissure. Alright. We can see some an island in the distance here, some sort of rail system. And we have that golden dome. Alright. Let's go up, and up, and up. Kind of pretty, though. Got a room in there. Let's see what's down here first. Another island or something. Oh, and this door's locked. Great. Okay, so that's not an option right now, is it? No. And oh, there's a dagger, and oh, we can go underneath. How nice. Alright. Oh. What's this? Oh. Well, there's some sort of writing on the wall there. I don't know what that does, and, let's see, I can't turn this, can I? No. Nothing that turns it, is there? No. Okay, so obviously that's not the way to go. Alright. Now we have an option. We can go across this bridge here. Or we can go in here. There's a switch. Before we go in there. And we have a gate here, so we can't get through the gate. Great. Alright. And there's some writing. I don't understand what it says. Okay. What's this say? Oh, what's this? Now, in each of these is a stained glass depiction, and if you had gotten a copy of the game when it first came out, each disc was in a sleeve that had one of these images on it. And ironically enough, each image, the order the images are in, basically tells the story of Myst, or of how Gen ended up here. Okay, I don't know if I looked at them all there. Alright, now, if I want to go this way, I've got to open this gate, and I don't have the switch to do that. Okay. Well, let's push this switch. Oh, well, that was nice. Well, let's look. There's a gate there. And no doubt that the door's over there. Oh, wait a minute. That's reminiscent of... Let's see. Go over here. Go under the gate here. No. Oh, look at that. There's a pathway there. Okay, so I'm gonna have to turn things so I can then get through. Since I can't obviously get to that door. Five is a very important number in this game anyhow. Okay, so let's see. What have we moved it to now? Okay, the gate's open there, but what's over here? And the other way is open there. Alright. Alrighty. Oh, look at that. Okay. That puts us where now? And another gate. You know what I should have done? I think now, as I look back. You know what I think? I think now this one's lined up and I can go to the other door that I couldn't get into. There we are. Yeah, see? I'm a bit of a fart smell. I'm a smart fella, aren't I? Alright. Oh, and here's another switch that will rotate the room. Oh, what's this? I think I just raised a gate somewhere. Oh, hello, what's this? Steam power, you know what I think? I think I just powered that little telescope over there. go check that. I think the anteroom puzzle is one of the more difficult ones in the game. Yeah, let's see. Nothing there. Okay. Let's see. What's this gonna do? Ah. Well, it does something. Don't know what yet. Alright, let's get back under there. Yeah, I know. Alright. I don't... Stop trying to open the door and go under it. Alright. So let's push the switch. Ah, and we're closed off. So let's do that again. And again, I say it again, beautiful music. Now we've come to a door that's not opening. Okay, well then, let's hit the switch. Ah! And did we... Oh no. Alright, well we're back here. But let's use this to our advantage here. Alright. How we can open that gold door yet. I don't think it's overly important at this point in the game. Okay, let's see. Oh! And we've opened this way. See our little pathway there. There's a walkway over there. What's this? Interesting. This has meaning for some reason. And I think it has something to do with how he can travel about on this island. Alright. Learn the sage. Let's see. Water seems pristine. I wouldn't be surprised if it's humid in that room. I mean, let's face it, that's a big dome. Sounds like it's bubbling too. Alrighty. Let's look over here. What's this? Something over here. What's this? A bridge! Up, down. Well, let's flick it. It goes up. Ah! So there's another entry point to this structure. But to get it, we have to go over there. Oh boy. Alright, there's something over here. There's a switch. before we take that switch on, let's go through this cave here. And, hello, what's this? Another bridge? Huh. So we have another possible bridge here? Oh, you know what? I think that's the one we went through to get the dome. Alrighty. And you know what? We're going to stop it right here. And when we come back next time, we're going to continue it from here. So let's see. How did we save? Okay. There we go. Time to save. And we'll save it. Alrighty. And when we come back next time, we will resume the game from here. Again, this is Rich Kale here on YouTube, Richard the Classic Gamers Guild. And we are working our way through Riven. If you enjoy this, I ask you please subscribe. I'll be doing more of this. Next one will come up in a few weeks, I think, with everything else I have ready to go. Maybe a week or so. So until then, please subscribe. Check out some of the other playthroughs. I did a playthrough of Real Mist, which had its own little issues in there, but please enjoy. Take care. Have fun.